It's easier for me to watch this than any of the other things I've done over the last 20 years.
I'm gonna tear down the empire from the inside out.
It's a little bit strange to talk to you about this show because when I watched the show, it didn't feel like you were in it at all.
Yeah, same. It's easier for me to watch this than any of the other things I've done over the last 20 years. Yeah, I've just got a little bit more, for the same reason you're talking about being strange talking to me, a little bit more objectivity, because
You've got the distance.
Yeah, exactly, man, because I'm not there, you know.
Did it have any effect on your self-image?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, for sure. I think I realised more that I identify with how I look, as possibly we all do, more than I ever thought I did. Like there was a definite immediate loss of identity, which was helpful for me as an actor. You know, I suppose as an actor you're trying to push away your identity and assume the identity of somebody else, the shoes you're walking in for whatever the project may be, you know, the story may be. The first time we did a makeup test in Los Angeles, it took about 8 hours. It was about 6 months before the Batman film. And as soon as all the makeup went on and the bodysuit went on and the costume and the hair, the whole thing, I looked in the mirror and what was looking back at me was nothing that I'd seen looking back at me for the 45 years at that point that I had lived. And it was a very, very powerful thing. It was almost, I don't want to go, but it was a little bit of witchcraft. There was a little bit of witchcraft going on. It was a magic act that Mike Marino and his team performed every morning before we went to work. And yeah, there was an instantaneous loss of identity, which was great because it just meant that I was more of a blank slate than I'd ever felt before, you know, and I could fill that blank slate with the drama that was unfolding as per what Lauren LaFranc wrote.
Was it harder to leave this character behind than your other characters?
Yeah, because you know the way you go and watch a movie, man, and if the movie's upbeat, and you spend 2 hours in a cinema, and if the movie is uplifting and upbeat and there's hope in it, you'll come out of the cinema and you'll feel a little more upbeat, a little more hopeful. If the movie is, you know, is dark and overbearingly pessimistic, you'll come out of the cinema and you'll be in a bit of a funk. What we see and what we hear, of course, affects our mood in moments. And then, so to do this for 15 hours a day, 3 or 4 days a week, and do it for, it was nearly a year when it was all added up. By the end of it, yeah, it stayed with me a little bit, yeah. For sure it did, because it's heavy stuff and it's dark stuff, and it was really well written as well. When the writing's good, the dialogue is easier to learn than if the writing isn't great, and it also stays with you longer and it goes in deeper. So it's a testament to not only the extraordinary makeup work that Mike Marino did, but also the extraordinary writing of Lauren LaFranc and her writing team.
If you're going to the streets, lots of people will recognize you. Did you have a chance to go to the public in Oz Cobb's?
When we did the first makeup test in LA, which, as I said, was about 6 months before the film, I went to Starbucks just to get an oat milk latte, which is very un-Penguin. And got a few looks. I mean, nobody had any context or reference for the character yet because the film hadn't come out, but definitely got a few stares. I mean, it's an extraordinary, powerful visage, you know, extraordinarily powerful kind of. When I saw what Mike Marino had designed for the first time the first time when Matt Reeves, the director of the Batman film, showed it to me, I was totally confused. I thought, wait, I'm going to look like that? And he said, yeah. He said, Mike Marino said that you can, you know, and it's going to move. And I was overwhelmed by how powerful the look of the character was and how much I got a sense of history from him. There was a sense of sadness, a sense of loneliness. There was also a sense of treachery and violence and cruelty. So I felt like there were almost 2 scripts. There was a script that was the actual show that we were making, that Lauren wrote, and then there was this parallel script that Mike Marino kind of wrote that was the face. Mike Marino's script had all the history and Lauren's script had all the present dynamics that we were going to explore in the telling of this show.